Bam! And we are back, guys. What's going on? And we are joined today by the lovely Rose Isstar.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Hey, nobody's talking to you. Say hi. Come here. Come here.
Who's that?
This is Athena. This is my dog, who is the attention whore of the whole house, which is surprising because I didn't think it could be more than me. But
that's a girl.
Yes, I know she's beefy looking.
She's big. Yeah. Is a full pit or?
She's technically a pocket pit, so she's like this big,
really
okay, off the ground. But she's 80 pounds and just nice and sizable, big enough where when I walk down the street, somebody who doesn't like dogs or wants to fuck with me walks to the other side of the street. So I'll take it.
So Rose, I saw in the private chat that you had somebody that you wanted to join in on the Women Crush Wednesday. You had somebody you wanted to talk about.
I'm such no other way to describe it. I'm such a woman lover. So my Women Crush Wednesday, she's a very dear friend of mine. She does online content. I think she has a TikTok now. I would consider her also an influencer with the amount of followers that she has on Instagram. Her name is Jane Lucier. And I think she's just knockout, gorgeous, stunning. And she's just a super amazing person, super into fitness, very, very business-minded for a woman. I feel like a young woman in the industry. She's super smart with her money, and she just wants other women to grow too, which I think is phenomenal. I feel like that's a big part of being so an influencer is not just influencing yourself, but others in the industry and building each other up.
And what did you say her number was?
Well, she's Canadian, so you gotta put like a plus. You gotta do country codes too.
Man, I gotta tell you, I've been to Montreal more like 3-4 times in my life. I've been to Vancouver a couple times. Good Lord. I don't know what's going on in Canada, but it is
Canadian women are gorgeous.
Yes.
Every time a woman's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Canadian," I'm like, it makes sense. It obviously makes sense.
I don't know if anybody knows who Shelby Bell, Belle, is, but when we're all done, just do a quick Google of Shelby Bell.
Just Google her.
It's stupid, and she was in the industry. I don't think she has been for a few years, but I remember the first time I saw her, I was just like, I mean, good God. But I love it. I love the contribution.
I don't know what they're putting up in the water in Canada, but I definitely want some of it.
Yes, I'll take some.
It's the natural spring glacier water up there. They're just breeding great looking people.
But I love the contribution. That's great. We had a third
option.
I could go on forever about different Women Crush Wednesdays, probably until I die. I feel like I'm surrounded by such pretty, beautiful, amazing women in my industry that I'm like, it's really hard to pick one. But I did.
So speaking of industry, let's tell everybody out there who doesn't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do, Rose?
So I'm an exotic dancer. I'm a content creator. So I do have my own OnlyFans, many bits, things like that. I've also shot professional adult films a few times. So I'd really consider myself kind of a jack of all trades in the industry. I love doing it all. And so you can look me up anywhere. You can see me on Pornhub. You can see me on Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans. I've got one of every profile.
Tell me a little bit more. So I'm you won't know this about me. I'll be brief because John knows this. So I have zero, other than this show, I pretty much have zero online presence. But tell me, so OnlyFans, like, because I saw I think it was last week, and I don't know who she is until I saw this article or this thing I watched on YouTube. Somebody named Bad Baby apparently made $1 million in like 2 days.
Yes.
Just walk me through OnlyFans. Like, what exactly? How does it differ? What would you say? It's similar to like an Instagram, but it's more adult.
So it's kind of it's a subscription based model. I would say it's less like Instagram and more like Patreon.
Okay, I get that.
So you get a subscription. You buy a subscription at say $9.99 a month. You get to see a wall similar to Instagram, where it's just like a wall of different pictures, posts, videos that girls will send out. And then you also get the privilege of being able to message the girls or people that you've subscribed to. So you can message them, they can message you. The models can also send out like videos that you can pay for and see. You can request certain things, custom made videos, just different stuff. Usually, at least most adult content creators will have like a list of some sort of the videos that they offer. And you can message them stating that you want XYZ videos, or you want a custom pictures or a custom video or whatever you'd like, or a fan sign. There are lots of different stuff that not only I offer, but that other content creators on OnlyFans offer. So I'd say it's like a mix of like Patreon and Instagram, and it's not always for adult themed stuff, but most of the time I feel like almost anybody that I run into that runs an OnlyFans is for adult themed ideas. Let's just say it like that.
John and I, on our last episode, we kind of talked about it a little bit. Yeah, it just sounds like it really lets you be completely in control. Because I was, like let's be clear. So, have I watched X videos, Pornhubs multiple times this week? Yeah, I have. And you know what? It's fucking free. And it kind of blows my mind, right? Because I'm like,
the idea that people pay for what you can get for free.
Yeah, and you guys should probably be getting paid a lot more, because the amount of times I can view it or whatever, like you probably got paid for the one-time fee like 10 years ago. Now on OnlyFans, I guess you guys can really be like, hey, yeah, I've got a menu or whatever you want to call it. You can be completely in control of how you're going to.
More than being in control. It's this idea that like you can interact with not just the girl next door who runs her adult site. You can interact with your favorite porn star, your favorite Instagram model that's created in OnlyFans. And I think there's something especially a lot with the pandemic that's happened within the past year. There's something that has to do with this idea of being in contact with that person. Like, that's great that you get to see, I'll throw it out, a Bella Danger. I love her to death. You get to see a Bella Danger, taking dick, eating pussy, whatever the case may be. But there's this like,
at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time, it's fucking great. But there's this idea that you get to be able to interact with that star, interact with the girl that's in it. I think there's an in-person, I guess, like a draw to it. There's a bigger sexual draw, because you're getting to talk to that person, not just watch that person.
Yeah, no, I can see how that would be. Because, right, that's kind of the point. Like, I don't know if there's a Comic-Con for porn. I think there is in LA. I think it's adult.
There is. So they have, you have AVN, you have Adult Con, you have XBiz, and then you have Exoticas. So there are about 4 different types, not including the Canadian and European conventions. So they have like different conventions for AVN's like the big one for the porn industry. Exotica is kind of just like a touring sex convention. And then you have XBiz, which is an adult award show that they also have a convention for. It's a lot. I definitely feel like, again, there's that idea of like, I have a lot of fans who fly out from across the country to come meet me at these conventions, because how many times are you gonna get to meet your favorite exotic star in person?
Yeah.
So are those 4 different, so is that like 4 different events per year, or are those 4 different companies running their own?
Those are 4
circuit?
different companies.
Wow. So there's 4 different circuits.
Yeah. So you'll have Exotica. So our Exotica this year will start in June or July, and it starts in Chicago. Exotica usually has Chicago, not exactly in this order, Chicago, New Jersey, Miami, and then they'll throw in like a random city. So this year it's going to be Washington, D.C. 2 years ago it was Portland, and the year before it was Denver. And then they'll do AVN's always in Vegas every year. AdultCon, I believe, is in LA, and XBiz, they have a convention in LA in the beginning of the year, and then they have a adult industry only convention in Miami. It'll be probably around next month, but I don't think they're doing an in-person one. I think they're just doing an online award show this year.
And you were like Miss Award for one of the conventions, right?
So I actually won a dancing award. I was Miss Exotica Chicago 2019, and I was runner-up Miss Exotica Miami 2019 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the draw, right? Because if you're not in one of those big cities, what are the chances? Your schedule is going to be able to, if you're a fan, to get out there. And it's only when you're at those conventions, you might get 5 minutes, but if you get the interaction on OnlyFans,
you can 10, 15 all night long.
That's amazing.
And I kind of see it. It's kind of like a strip club. You know what I mean? You pay $10 to get in, get to see boobies, naked, whatever, and then you're paying the extra price to get a lap dance or get a video. You get to interact with her, throw money on stage, tipping her. It's kind of like the same idea, less, less having to go out of your house and do things.
Right. Less physical, but potentially more like
rewarding in a way.
Yeah, and almost intimate, just because if it's just you one-on-one.
Yeah, and that's cool. The thing is you get to do, like I said, a lot of people will do custom videos. How many times do you get your favorite adult film star to make a custom video specifically for you, saying your name, doing the things that you want her to do?
Rose Isstar has not made me a personal video yet.
Not yet. Everything's
not yet,
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Emma Hicks, not yet. We'll get there.
We'll get there someday. So besides doing how long have you been on OnlyFans? Real quick though. Have you?
So I've been on OnlyFans for about 1.5 years. I would say I was late to the bandwagon in adult terms, but early to the bandwagon in trend terms. Does that make sense? So I was well before, I want to say about 2 years, because it was 20.
Yeah, you were pre-pandemic.
When I made it.
So you were before the gold rush. We got to come up with a name for that. The digital rush, the gold rush, whatever it is, because when the pandemic started, it was just like, and they just
pandemic. There you go.
The porn pandemic. That's a great way to, let's call it that. So you've been on it for 2 years now, but you're doing videos, you're on OnlyFans, but then you're also touring around the country to clubs, aren't you? Doing shows?
So I do. I like to travel a lot just because I feel like at some point, if you don't push yourself, you're going to reach your ceiling. So I've been traveling on and off with dancing since I started almost 3 years ago. Right now, I'm kind of in a little tour of things. So we just came back from Austin a few days ago. We were in Austin for a week dancing. Before that, it was St. Louis, Missouri, Amarillo, Texas. We're planning Phoenix for May. So just a little nice circuit around Oklahoma where I'm based at, of places, different clubs that I can go to, just because I feel like it's a lot of fun. I feel like traveling and dancing, you get to meet different people, you get to learn different styles of dancing, and you just get to get crazy. There are some clubs where it's all throwing money and thousands of bricks of ones and all sorts of stuff, and then you have clubs where it's quiet and they play EDM and rock, and you're gonna get a VIP twice that night.
So how does it work with meeting fans, basically?
So I always post where I'm going to be at that weekend, and I always encourage my fans to come out. I actually had a fan a week ago come out from Chicago all the way down to St. Louis to come meet me and get some dances with me. So I always encourage fans, come out, meet me, say hi, throw some money. Again, it's that idea of like, how many times do you get to see your favorite online entertainer in person? Very few times. And it's the idea of not just, come take a picture with me, have me sign an autograph. You can get a VIP room with your favorite adult entertainer in person. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't get to do.
Yeah, you get to meet your hero.
Yeah.
In person. That was one of the things that I was really impressed with by you, was that when we first met, I mean, you like had a business card. You were like, this is what I do. I'm on these platforms. I do this. And it just, for me, with a marketing background, it seemed like you really got it. It's like, no, I create this content. And then if you want a more personal experience, you can come here, or you can find me somewhere around the country and come and meet me in person. So it's like you're trying to approach the revenue stream angle from many different angles.
Oh yeah, I'm a big believer in diversifying your income will make you a millionaire if you do it right. So for me, like when I'm at the club, I'm making money while I'm dancing, and I'm also doing online work. If the club is slow, guess what? I'm on OnlyFans doing my thing. You know, I'm messaging people back. I'm posting new content all the time. And while I'm at the club, if I am making money, I'm still making money online by collecting revenue from videos, you know, selling stuff. And then people who meet me in person, oh, you loved what I did on stage or in a VIP, well, you can get even more explicit stuff online. Here's my business card. And people who see me online, oh, well, you love what I do. Well, I'm actually coming to a city near you. You can come and get a lap dance.
Nicely
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Now, how much? That's not something you didn't do. You didn't go to school for learning all this. This is all. If you just been learning.
So I did go to business school. I will say I will chalk it up to a little bit of like business school, but I feel like a lot of it was learning on the fly. Like I feel like business school never prepared me for what was going to happen. Like I went when I was stripping and I was like, oh, this will definitely help me in online work. And the woman who was teaching me social media marketing didn't know how to work Facebook. And I was like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, the colleges are a little bit behind on the time. You know, you go in for photography and you're working in a dark room.
Yeah, like, she was sitting there trying to tell me how to place a Facebook ad. And I'm like, I want to know how to get around the blocks and Instagram so I can post an Instagram ad. She's like, I don't know how to do that. I was like, okay, well, looks like we're both shit out of luck here, Mary, okay?
So you have to deal with, so we almost didn't do the stream today because we had a little issue with YouTube saying that we violated their terms of service before we even did the stream. But I hear online from a lot of you girls that you have to deal with the same kind of censorship on these platforms. I think that there's this kind of like war on beautiful women online. I'm always very shocked that in 2021, when we're supposed to be so accepting and we're supposed to be empowering women and letting women do their thing, that there seems to be this just constant like, hey, we're going to crush you kind of thing. We don't want you to make it. Do you have that happen? Do you have a lot of content pulled and censored?
I have a lot of content pulled. This is actually my second Instagram page, my third Snapchat. You know, it's really a struggle. I struggle to find like the really fine line in between like what I can post and what's going to get deleted. And I feel like there's definitely a war on beautiful women. I feel like once women learned that they can monetize being beautiful, people were like, oh, no. We want to see your ankles, but we don't want you to make money off of it. No, what? And so I feel like there's, especially now that OnlyFans has gotten so big, I feel like people are really trying to crack down because they're starting to realize that you can't keep women in chains for the rest of your life. It's not going to happen like that.
Do you think that it's almost like because you girls are now independent, you're your own bosses, you're running your own companies, basically, from what you've just described, what you need to do with merchandising, marketing, travel, all this stuff, hiring your own production teams. The fact that that there's nobody controlling you women now, do you think that has anything to do with it? That you're not tied to some corporation or agency or something like that?
Oh yeah, I think it has a big thing to do with it. I think, you know, there's always been a war on pornography, but if you notice within the past 2 years, this is when it's really started to ramp up. FOSTA and SESTA happened, I want to say like 2 years ago, and it was really big. It was that really big war on Craigslist and Backpage and all that. And I think that kind of just snowball affected everything. Now you see there was that whole war on Pornhub. Visa and MasterCard will not allow their cards to be used on Pornhub anymore.
Wow, I didn't know that. Whoa, okay.
You cannot use them to buy premium. You cannot use them to buy your Pornhub premium. You cannot use them to buy premium videos. And they pulled out because of a charity, Exodus Cry, that is a very religious-based charity based on essentially calling all porn sex trafficking, which I think what's happening now is people are realizing that porn isn't sex trafficking because we do, we are our own bosses. We do manage our own companies. And now people are realizing that they can't use that excuse anymore. So they want to do whatever it takes to shut us down completely.
It is funny too, isn't it? Turn on the TV or whatever. How many Budweiser ads do we see, right?
With girls with their boobs like this.
Right. And so kids watching like, oh, getting wasted, it's fine. I mean, sexual experiences are a pretty natural state of human beings. We'd all agree, right?
Yeah.
But they want to kind of censor that. And the other thing that I want to throw in with this, so I'm just asking, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. So again, being an online, like I have 2 apps. I've used them 5 times in my life.
It's amazing that you're on this because everything you
I had a good
not a technology person. I'm so proud of you for working this through.
Well, so I'm a writer producer that does some acting in Hollywood, right? But I own a film camera. Like I own plenty of digital shit, but like I own film cameras that you can load. And let me tell you something, film still looks better. It doesn't matter. People are trying to always make digital look like film. But yes, I am like an 80-year-old stuck in this body. But on OnlyFans, and again, you honestly don't answer this if you don't want to. When you get a tip, a monetary benefit, is that taxed?
So they take out a percentage. Every platform that you work with is going to take out some sort of percentage. OnlyFans is the smallest percentage that I know of right now. They take about 30%.
So
it's 30 now.
But what I'm curious though is that an Uncle Sam tax? Because what I'm thinking is
so we have to file our own taxes once we do. So a lot of girls I know actually file quarterly. I've just started filing quarterly within the past year or so. But so you have to file your own taxes on top of that. I have to put away money for my taxes out of every check, every night of dancing that I do. I have to put away for taxes.
And that's what I think. Whenever you really want to get to the root of the war on something, Uncle Sam wants his dirty little hand to that money. Marijuana. The only reason why it's not legal yet is because Uncle Sam hasn't figured out how to fucking tax it. I swear to God, right? You can own a medicinal shop. You can sell $1 million of product a month. You can't put that fucking money in a bank because it's not UFC insured and the government won't let you. Like, it's not taxable. And that's what I'm wondering. Like, the censor, right? Like, we're not supposed to censor in America, but I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Like, I'm wondering if that's part of their stick up the butt, if why they are harassing.
Well, I feel like a lot of people have tried to make that argument to me, like, oh, well, you don't pay taxes. I'm a business owner. No, I'm not saying that you think I don't pay taxes, but a lot of people do assume that just because we're an adult work that we can't pay taxes for whatever reason.
Sure.
As a business owner, I pay more taxes than most people do. I'm very grateful that I get to write off certain things, because this is my work. I get to write off makeup, outfits, my dance shoes, travel, parts of my house. And I'm very grateful to be able to do that. But taxes fuck me out the ass.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying too. Like, it's kind of like they're not quite sure. So they're like, let's slow it all down with some censorship because they want to see what you guys are actually really making. And potentially like, oh, if you do this kind of work, we'll put you in a higher tax bracket. But yeah, by no means was I accusing any of you ladies or guys in the industry of, hey, you know what? I've skirted around taxes. So I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. I got some moves. I got a guy up here. He's amazing, by the way.
You're like, if you need his number, let me know.
Yeah, like seriously, he showed me some things that they're legitimate. Like it's not even illegal. It's fully in line with how to file taxes.
Yeah, you get the right guy that pays you.
Very good insight.
Hey, well, they'll do great stuff for you.
Yeah. Hey, I know this guy. He'll take care of your taxes. He'll get it all figured out. I got a question for you, Rose. So in the industry, do you find that since so many of you girls are becoming independent businesswomen, that there's a lot of support amongst each other? Like, are you girls out there, like, is there a really strong camaraderie between all of the performers and because you create content, you're not going through some agency, you're meeting another content creator, you guys are doing your own contracts, creating this. Is there a lot of like inter-education between everybody creating all this content?
I definitely feel like there's a lot of intereducation. I feel like there's a lot of, like you said, the camaraderie, this idea of like supporting each other, like go girl type of thing, or go other performer. Just because, like you said, there is this idea like, I don't have to deal with an agent. My agent isn't going to call my people aren't going to call your people. I'm going to call you. And I feel like there's this idea of like, you have to be able to educate each other because there is so much that goes on beyond the scenes. There's contracts that have to be done. There's legal papers that have to be signed. There's IDs. There's so much happening behind the scenes. And if we don't educate each other, then somebody else could get fucked in the end. If, I feel like a lot of people have come to me with advice, especially because I was one of few content creators in Oklahoma when the porn pandemic started. So I feel like a lot of girls came to me, and I try to be very honest. It's not as easy as it looks. No. There is a lot that has to do behind the scenes. There's a lot that you could get wrapped up in tax-wise, legality-wise. You have to be very careful when you shoot with other people, that you have all the contracts signed, that everything's videotaped, legally documented, because something could happen. And people, no matter what, people are going to be messy. Things are going to happen. Fallouts are going to happen. But I feel like there is a lot of like, we have to educate ourselves because nobody else is going to tell us what we need. They have, at some of these conventions, they do have people who speak about, these are the kind of contracts you're needing. These are the laws that are coming up. But like right now with what's happening in California with the independent contractor employee thing, a lot of people aren't knowing about that. So they're moving to California to become performers and aren't understanding the legality of what's happening to their income, to their business. There's a lot that's happening that we don't understand because it's all having to do with government and taxes and laws that we don't write and we don't have anything to do with. So I feel like there is a lot of like, hey, I don't know if you heard, but X, Y, and Z is happening. We even, there's a lot of group chats, so we even let each other know if like OnlyFans is acting weird, if, you can't message people, something's going on with posting. OnlyFans changes their terms and services a whole lot. So there's a lot of back and forth about, hey, this just changed in the TOS terms. I don't know if you know, but all my videos that had XYZ got taken down, just so you're aware. So if you try to do the same thing, you don't get fucked off too.
Yeah. So, okay. It's so rapid. Everything seems like it's just changing so fast. I met with somebody who met the owner of OnlyFans, and I can't even imagine what that owner went through with the porn pandemic and the rush to his site. It must have just been immediate, like overnight, I need to hire 1,000 employees to run.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Because I know that they went from, because there's a percentage that happens on OnlyFans. You can see what top percentage you are in the content creators. Mm-hmm. So it went from like the amount the percentage changed within a month was insane. Not because you're making a different amount of money, but because there's so many people, the percentage is now so much smaller.
That's interesting. Well, we're going to do something real quick right now. We're going to play Guess the Backstory. So it's a little game that we started that we're playing. It's called Guess the Backstory, where I'm going to show a clip. Not that type of clip. I know all you pervs out there are thinking it's not that type of clip.
So excited. They've got semis already. They don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, we're a family show that talks about adult content, family show. But we're going to show
it. See below. I thought you couldn't see below this.
Yeah, that's why we're all like this high. Yeah. So we're going to show a clip, and then myself and Brian are going to try to, we all know where the story goes. We all know how it finishes, okay? Whether we want to see the finish or not. But we are going to try to guess the backstory on how it was written. So let's see here. We're going to start with the first scene right here. And we have Miss Rose Isstar. She's in the kitchen. She's doing some dishes. So my guess is, okay, you're there. It's super hot outside. So you need to do the dishes in your lingerie. It's just natural. And there's
everybody does.
as everybody does, lingerie, boxers. And there's a girl down the street, and her little sister is a Girl Scout. And she comes by. She's trying to. It's already dark outside. It's late at night, and she's just like, you know what? I'm such a nice person. I'm gonna go sell Girl Scout cookies for my little sister. And she happens to come by Mrs. Isstar's house. She's of legal age, and she comes there, and Rose, you're doing the dishes. You hear the doorbell.
That she was of legal age.
What's that?
I appreciate you clarified that she was of legal age.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So then, you answer the door, and you're like, oh, I love Girl Scout cookies. I love them. I love the Thin Mints. I love them. But I don't have any money on me because I'm only in lingerie. So why don't you come inside and wait for me real quick? And then suddenly she comes inside, and she's like, oh, Mrs. Isstar, I love that lingerie you're wearing. And then suddenly it just kind of goes from there. Brian?
I like it. I'm going to go. It's the 4th of July, and a bunch of the family is outside, and you had to go inside because you just decided you had to tidy up the kitchen a little bit because it was making you feel dirty. And in a few minutes, your stepbrother's going to come inside because he's feeling a little dirty too. And you say, well, I need to fill up the dishwasher so, things can get clean. And he talks about how he can help filling something up as well. But the main point here is you were both feeling a little dirty and something had to get cleaned. And because this stepbrother stuff, stepbrother, stepsister seems really big.
Stepbrother stuff is really big right now. I appreciate that you went with the trend.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's what I got.
He's up on the trends. I can say that, So what's the story, Rose?
So actually I was doing the dishes and I found out my roommate wasn't home. So I decided to give myself a little bit of a wash down.
So this is solo.
So it's a solo video. John, I do like your idea because I actually do have a full box of Girl Scout cookies. And when I say a box, I have a box of boxes of Girl Scout cookies. I think I have like 15 in my cabinet right now. So you're not wrong. I would do a lot for a Girl Scout cookie.
John, no, yours was great. Great detail, way more than I went into. I kind of feel like I let everyone down on that. I'll do better than that.
You went with the trend, Brian. I like it. You know what I mean? You can never go wrong with following the trends.
I put a lot of thought into
I was a little distracted by the skin too. Like it's hard,
So this is our next scene, right?
Oh, I already know.
Okay.
You want me to go first?
I think you go first on this one.
All right, so it's clearly driver's ed. You're 18 and in high school, but you're a little behind getting your driver's license. And my man over here is the driver's ed guy, and you're not going to pass. And you're like not even close. You just turned left on a red light, did a U-turn, and he's telling you, why don't you go ahead and pull the car over? Because there's really only one way that you're going to pass and get your driver's license. And you're about to say, oh, I can't wait for you to tell me what that could be. And he's like, yep, me neither. Pull it over, young lady. That's where I'm going.
I got you. No. Wait, okay. So I thought about this one pretty hard right here. So, okay.
Hold on. Have you written a script for what has happened in this?
I hope so.
So here we go. He is a door-to-door vacuum sales guy. And you are the MILF in the neighborhood. But you just been, your husband locked out on you with a girl, and you're just there, and you see this guy, and he's working hard, and he's out there, and he's carrying his vacuum cleaner, and he's sweating, and he's just like wiping his brow, and you're like, I got to go talk to that guy about vacuums because I have a suction problem with my vacuum at my house, and maybe he would know what's going on. So he gets in the car. You guys are talking about appliances and shafts and vacuum and suction and strength. And, just that talk, one thing leads to another. And you're just like, well, why don't you come back to my house and you can kind of check out my tubing and the vacuum and see if everything's right on it. And that's where we went with that.
And we all know what happens next.
You guys are giving me so many ideas for future films.
And we all know what happens next. He sells
we all know what happens next.
He sells her a vacuum.
He sells her a vacuum cleaner.
That Dyson just
Hey,
didn't.
I have a small favor, Rose. So in one of your pictures, so I'm a big muscle tone guy, and then you just kind of did it. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but can you get the guns out again real quick? Like, am I seeing that right? Those things look fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Sorry, she went to the gym today. I'm like, they're a little sore, but
Those are good. Nice. Nice tone. You got the little ball going. Very nice.
I like flexing where it makes men feel a little like, oh, I need to work out a little bit. I'm like,
Sure.
yeah.
How did you know I just felt like that? You just nailed it.
Hurts people's feelings
I
sometimes.
was sitting here like, oh God, like, oh my God, what's?
Hey, John, can I fire off a couple quick pop culture questions for her?
Sure. Well, we got to find out what the scene is. We got to find out what the story is behind the scene.
So I actually, I went to go get a new car, but he was asking way too much. So I figured I could, get the car another way. Is there some other way I can like pay for it?
So you're trying to negotiate down the price.
That's a test drive? It's a test drive? Damn it.
It's a test drive, and it worked because I have the car now.
Well, you were close, Brian. You were close on that one. So I got the Girl Scout cookies for the first one. You've got the test drive on this one. Okay. So we're 1-1. So here we go with the last scene here.
Oh, we got another. Oh, okay.
We got one more. We got 3.
Oh boy.
So it's a little kind of blown out in the background, but there we go. So I guess it's my turn on this one. So super on the spot. I'm going to say, I don't even know where to go with this.
I'm like, nothing is going to sound right.
Be careful, John. I think you want me to go? I've got mine lined up.
You got yours lined up? Okay.
Yeah.
I need some time.
Okay. So first question, I'm just curious, is that Richard Mann? Because if it is, do you know who Richard Mann is?
No idea.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going with.
I'm like, to make me sound stupid on a podcast, I have no clue who that is.
I don't know who Richard Mann is either.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Okay. Well, I would say, no, we'll get to him later. So here's what I'm going with. All right. So again, so it's after school. It's senior year. You're 18, but you're having trouble with geometry. And Mr. Nelson is your tutor, and he came over, and he's like, "Look, you're going to fail geometry. You're not very good with shapes and sizes." And you're like, "No, but I am. I can show you." And he's like, "Oh, really?" and then that's where we're going. So I got tutor, student, after school tutor.
Oh, geez. I don't even, I'm stuck on this one, man. You kind of stole, I was thinking a school teacher like that in the school. I was thinking that in a sense. I was like, but I don't know. She kind of looks concerned. It looks like she's in trouble. So I may have to go with the George Costanza. Was I not supposed to do that episode? Was that frowned upon in the office? So you're working, you're doing office supplies sales. Sure. Okay. You're working at an office supply sales company, and he's the boss. And he just found out that there was a threesome in the office with the cleaning woman and another employee there who's the nerd guy. And you guys were like, after hours, you were working late, and the nerd guy had some whiskey with them, and he's like, yeah, let's have a drink after work. And then the cleaning lady showed up, and everybody starts drinking a little bit, and she's trying to clean and just thinking a little wild. And he's hearing about this, and he's upset with you that he wasn't invited because he pays the bills of the office.
How did I know you were going to go? He wasn't invited.
Yeah. When he's sitting there saying, I'll tell you what, like, if you're going to have a threesome in my office, you damn well better invite me, because I pay the bills for this office. And then you're sitting there and you're just like, oh, I didn't think you would be into it. And then so it's like, well, let's see how we're into it right now.
Solid, John. Solid.
You like that?
Yeah.
You were close. You're close. I was going in for a job interview on a Saturday, and he told me I was dressed unprofessionally, but I just really, really needed the job.
Mm-hmm. And since you're already dressed inappropriately, we might as well do other inappropriate things. But I think, John, I think you're probably closer there. Nice win.
Got the office.
I like this game. I like this game.
This game. Well, guys, that was Guess the Backstory for adult videos. So we can do that. And
no, I like this game a lot. I'm excited to see what other things you guys come up with next couple episodes.
Well, we have deep mind banks of shit that we can pull from, I'm sure.
Twisted shit.
Yeah.
Twisted. So that's it, guys. Tell us what you think about that in the comments below. Now, Bri, you had some culture questions.
Just quick random pop culture.
Yeah.
Better performer, Prince or Michael Jackson?
Ooh. Gonna have to go with Prince.
Yes, that's correct.
I didn't know this was an incorrect question.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely.
I'm nervous now.
Yeah, it is Prince by a mile. He plays instruments. I'm not going to take away the King of Pop's credibility as a global icon.
I'm just going to say it like this. Prince was touring until he died.
Love it. Love it.
That's all I'm going to say about that one.
Best Prince song.
You're going to hate me. It's super cheesy. Purple Rain is my shit. Everybody can make fun of me.
Love it. Correct answer, Raspberry Beret.
Ooh.
Raspberry Beret. Don't get me wrong. Purple Rain, like, yes. Turn it up.
I've danced to Purple Rain on stage. You want to know what surprisingly gets people way more hype at a strip club? Purple Rain.
I bet. It's a good choice. Of all the Marvel actors, not their characters in the movies. Do you watch the Marvel shit?
Yes. Okay. I am a Marvel non-DC fan.
Which actor is the sexiest person, male or female?
Oh,
male or female?
John, you can chime in too.
Male or female?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this is just a rude question to ask. It's mean to make me pick like that. You know what? Chris Hemsworth is a very sexy man, but there is just Scarlett Johansson just drips sexuality in a way that's like super casual. Like, I don't feel like she tries to be sexual, but the way that she is just drips it. And I think that's what makes her so sexy. Is she's not trying to be sexy. She just naturally is.
That ass of hers helps.
You know what? The ass, and I'm an eyes face girl.
Gotcha.
So like her face shape and her eyes, something about the way people eye fuck me, it just, ooh.
This is 100% honest. Oh, John, do you want to, John?
Well, I was gonna say, what superhero, what in character superhero is
we'll do that next then.
Okay.
So correct answer, you actually had them both. Correct answer is Chris Hemsworth. Second is Scarlett. Dead serious. Like
they're so sexy. I want to see them.
Stupid. Like the biological lottery that he won. I mean, good Lord. And he does seem like a fucking cool dude. So
him and his brother. Have you seen his brother? Because they're both
Which one? The older brother's super hot. Then there's the younger one, Liam, that was dated.
Liam's the one who dated Miley. I would definitely say Liam's super hot. I don't know what kind of genetic lottery that whole family won, but it's just unfair.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
He's got an older brother that looks closer to Chris, who's going to be in the next Thor.
That's just rude. You know what's rude? Giving that whole family the genetic lottery that they won.
And the Aussie accent.
Must be so fucking proud.
And the Aussie accent. Like, what are you going to do with that? And I love how in the female Ghostbusters, because they just called that Ghostbusters, right? The one with McCarthy. Like, he was the eye candy. I just thought that was fucking hysterical, the way that they did it.
It just makes sense.
Yeah. So those were basically it. But then, John, let's do it then. So in costume, not the actor, hottest Marvel character.
Captain America.
Wow.
Captain America?
Captain America. Okay, but in my defense, I have a thing. I have everybody has a type. I have a thing for blonde-haired, blue-eyed, over 6 foot military men with tattoos. So
not specific.
I'm saying Captain America is like my dream man.
All right, you're gonna have to fight Lizzo apparently.
So my question.
I don't want to do that. There's some people I would fight, not her.
Lizzo got, I'm only real quick. Lizzo, apparently there's something on Yahoo. She slipped into his DMs. She loves Chris Evans. And he was like super cool about it. Obviously, she had kind of had a few drinks. And, yeah, anyways, that's what I was just kidding about.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, so my question was, okay, we have a $5 million budget to film a scene. And I was going to ask, what character in costume is your, like, who are you going to sleep with? And what character would you be?
Whoa.
So we just found out
it's Marvel or any pop culture ever.
Oh no, we'll stick with Marvel. We'll stick
Okay.
with Marvel because you just said Captain America. So if it's Captain America, who are you? Like, what's the scene right there? Are you a villainess? Are you on his same side?
I feel like maybe Scarlet Witch would be an interesting movie to make, like Captain America and Scarlet Witch. Because you can't do Black Widow. It's weird.
Yeah.
She fucked the Hulk. It's weird. Captain America wouldn't go for it. He would be like, but he's my friend. And it wouldn't be able to happen. It'd be like two rocks just awkwardly bumping against each other. I feel like I could do Scarlet Witch. Captain America would go for it. It'd be like some after hours in the headquarters, like after a few drinks. Scarlet Witch would finally be like, I just need to know.
Yeah.
Is everything as good as it looks? Like, really, I feel like
soldier.
there'd be no hot transition into it, but it would somehow work.
Scarlet Witch is like, I'm tired of the human vibrator vision. Like, I'm just over the machine. I need the real thing. I need the grade A American beef, right?
I need what the government told me I needed, which was Captain America.
So I'm going to go. I would be the Wasp as an Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I'd be the Wasp, but like when I shrunk down, and it'd be with the Hulk.
I really appreciate that you did not go, I'm going to be a male character. You were like, I would be the Wasp and I would fuck the Hulk. And I love it.
Yeah.
Shrunken down Wasp.
Shrunken down Wasp,
right.
Which means it would be a particle to the Hulk. I feel like you wouldn't even have sex at that point. You would just go into the Hulk's urethra and go from there.
Dude, triple word score for urethra. I try and work that in on a daily basis. Nicely done.
I feel like you would just fly in and like tickle his ball sack from
Buzz
the
around. Yeah. Like go
from
in
the
there.
inside.
Yeah. Just find the
That
little
works.
button that just starts shooting everything out. That'd be amazing.
So you said that you are Marvel and not DC so much. So I take it you follow the whole Marvel universe. Like what's
yes, do not shame me. I have not watched WandaVision or any of the TV shows. I feel like I'm looking forward to Loki. I'm very much looking forward to Loki, the TV show, heavily. If you would ask me, I would say besides Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston's probably like my number 3 by far.
Oh,
comedy.
Something about the dark hair, the mischievous eyes, like
he's kind of like a British dick in real life too, right?
Yeah, just and it makes sense because I like Harry Potter. I like what's his name, the fucking snot-nosed kid, Draco Malfoy. It kind of makes sense. The greasy hair look. That's a thing. Yeah. The greasy hair bad boy thing. I like it a lot.
So you're a huge. What's the other show that you really love? You love, what was it, Supernatural? Or
I'm a big Supernatural person. Supernatural, Disney, Harry Potter, Marvel.
Wait, Supernatural. That's I always say Jared Padalecki.
Padalecki, I think. Yeah.
I semi know him. Got to meet that guy a handful of times just through like a friend of a friend.
I'm keeping really calm right now because we're on a podcast, but on the inside I'm screaming. Okay, sorry, I just needed to get that out for a second. Well, I was watching it with John when John came through on his road trip. Yep. I was on like season 6 or something. And he just like looked over at one point and I had to explain to him because Supernatural is just such a weird show that you can't just sit there and watch it for extended period of time and have somebody just watch 85 people get murdered in your home casually.
I'm trying to edit Rose's photos in her house. And then she's like, I'm just going to watch binge while I'm in the middle of season 6. I'm like, how many is there? She's like, 10. I'm binging. And I'm like, I'm just hearing all this murder and stuff. And I'm like looking over. I'm
screaming.
I think Padalecki is rebooting Walker, Texas Ranger. Rose, you're probably too young, I would think, but Walker, Texas Ranger.
Okay, but I do remember watching Walker,
huge
Texas
show.
Ranger vaguely.
Yeah,
I think they would play it on like, what is it, TMC or whatever, the country channel.
Yeah, because it was like Chuck Norris. It was definitely a real white bread, corn-fed show. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. But yeah, I think Padalecki is bringing that back. They're pretty excited about it, from what I could tell. Like, I think it's going to be on USA. I think it's going to be a big deal.
That's going to be that's super exciting. I feel like you can make fun of me all day long. I feel like Hollywood is just remaking things now. At this point, they don't even have any creative stuff. They're just remaking old stuff or turning written stuff into film.
I got a bunch of new stuff, and they don't want anything to do with me. But I'll get there. I'll get there.
They don't like creatives.
I know, like my shit. Like honestly,
tell you this.
When I get people and like one time, this was like that true story. Like William Morris, like the huge agency. Nobody there. No contacts. I send a blind email, and my idea is good. And the response I got back, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna send you the release paper so you can send in your script, because what I said in my email was, I can guarantee you this, you've never fucking heard this pitch before. And he basically wrote back, I've never heard that fucking pitch before. And it's not a bad idea. Now, it didn't necessarily go anywhere, but yeah, it is. They get cold feet, man. Like they don't want to be the one that tries something new and it blows up in their face, as opposed like try something new and it fucking skyrockets. Like fucking give it a shot, man. Don't be a pussy, right?
They wanna bank on something that they already know is successful, aka Walker, Texas Ranger. It was a successful TV show before. If they remake it, it can't be any more awful, less awful than what it was.
Right. And there's more people
more successful or equally what it was.
Yeah.
So they'll take it.
And there's more people on the planet. So by a numbers game alone,
they've got better chances of getting better numbers.
Right. From what you just said, yeah, absolutely.
So what's next in Rose's life? What's going on? What do you got going on next?
So I will be dancing in Amarillo, Texas this coming up weekend, Friday, Saturday. And then I'll be going out to St. Louis, Missouri, which is so funny because like when I'm saying these towns, I feel like people are always like, you dance out there? Is there anything out there? Well, that's kind of the point. It's kind of fun that way. But I'll be in St. Louis, Missouri the week after, and then I'll be at Foxy's Cabaret in Austin the weekend of May 8th. And then I think I'll be creating content in Vegas the week after, and then back into St. Louis and Amarillo respectively. And then I think the week after Vegas, I'm going to Phoenix actually to go dance out there.
You're booked. It sounds like you're pretty busy.
Yeah, I hate to say I'm like a hardcore planner, but like if you're not written in my schedule, it's probably not going to happen. So yeah, I like to plan my months in advance. I even have my cleaning days planned out. Like Tuesday is my cleaning day. It's written in every single one of my planners. Dude,
my cleaning days are like 2020, 2021. There'll be one in 2022.
It blows my mind at how dirty my house gets for the fact that I never am here.
My place is like the same thing. Dude. And I will not hire a maid. Like I'm single, no kids, no like. I'm like, no, dude. Like, am I that lazy? I can't clean like a 1.5 bedroom.
No, it's awful. And then I come home and I literally have, because we drive everywhere. So I have a suitcase. I usually travel with my cat and my dog and my dance partner's dog. So together we have 3 animals on the road.
Wait. Okay, we met the dog. I'm a huge cat person. Can we get a little love?
You're gonna hate me. Punk is outside. He's an inside-outside cat.
But that's awesome.
His name is Punk Motherfucker.
Love it. PM.
Because no cat can have a normal name. Doesn't make sense that way.
It's a boy.
He is a boy. He has a spiked collar because he's a punk motherfucker. He is currently outside wreaking havoc on somebody else's life other than mine for the first time.
a quick. So when I was a kid, the first pet that I encountered that my parents had, and he was grown up when I was born, but it was a male. For a cat, he was about 28 pounds, which is
Holy
very
shit.
large. He had 6 claws in front, 6 claws in back, and his name was Kissy Face.
You know what?
It was awesome. Like, he was awesome. So that's my cat story. But good stuff all the way around, man. This was awesome today.
We've gotten him used to traveling. He's definitely not a huge fan of it.
No, cats don't like the car like the dogs do.
No. Well,
Not even
he doesn't
close.
like the cage. He doesn't mind the car as much. Doesn't like the cage. He talks about that thing.
Yeah.
I want to get him one of those little bubble backpacks that you've seen where, like, it's a backpack in a cat cage. Like a little alien thing.
I haven't seen that yet. I'll look for that.
Because I think it'll be fun. I'll just walk around with the cat on my back, the giant pit bull, you know.
That's
Somebody's going to think I'm some crazy homeless woman.
awesome.
Crazy cat lady homeless woman.
Crazy cat lady homeless woman with a giant pit bull. Makes sense.
Sounds like you live in California. Like, I feel like I see that.
I only lived there for a short amount of time, but I think San Diego rubbed off on me more than I'd like to admit.
That's your superpower. And then what you do is, like, they say, hey, crazy cat lady. And suddenly you go find like a street pole and you do an amazing dance routine around the street pole. And they're like, holy cow, crazy cat lady, homeless woman is just, she's hot. She can move.
She can move that booty.
Did you guys see the video today, that kind of viral thing of the lion and the lioness, like big cats, trying to just drink water from the river, and the turtle? The turtle that just keeps swimming up to their mouths and sticking his little head out of the shell, and the lions were just trying to kind of like move away from him. Like, seriously, it's hysterical.
He's like, I just want to be a friend.
The
Yeah,
guy with
so
no
funny, dude.
social media knows all these viral videos.
Yeah, I'm
more
like,
than
hold on.
us.
I
How
haven't
does
seen the
this
viral
work?
video yet, but
It was on
apparently
Yahoo,
he
though. It
has
was on
2 applications on his phone.
It was on Yahoo's homepage, though. Like,
You know what?
I'm in fantasy
That's how I can
baseball.
tell you are not a technology person.
I'm in
Because
fantasy
you have
baseball.
mentioned Yahoo's homepage at least twice in a 30-minute span.
Because I got to get to my fantasy baseball, so I got to go there, then to sports, and it's almost like, dude, just find the link straight to your baseball page, and I'm like, it just sounds too time consuming. If I have to log in, like if there's any login username, like I'm out, like that's done, like not doing it.
I'll send you his AOL email later on, Rose.
Don't be mean.
I am.
Don't be mean.
Well, hey guys, we're coming up on 2 hours right now. And I'm super stoked you were able to join us, Rose. This is fantastic.
No, this has been so much fun.
Guys, we've been scrolling through Rose's page here, showing you some of the amazing photos and hot stuff that she does. So please make sure to go check her out. It's Rose Isstar _X on Instagram. I'll also place a link in the video description to her all links, where you can just find everything Rose Isstar online.
That's not
Zuckerberg
Zuckerberg approved, because obviously my Instagram is.
Yeah. And Brian, where can everybody find you?
I am very hard to find.
Very hard to find.
Apparently on AOL and Yahoo.com.
If you find me, look out.
Check out his fantasy baseball.
No,
page.
go to
Very popular.
If you want to see some stuff that I do, go to constitutionpictures.com. It's my website.
There we go.
My film production company. I've got my feature film on there. If you go to YouTube and just Google "swapping ignorance" or Samson Crouppen in the Hemp, you'll find the. I don't know if Rose, did you see the random trailer before you came on of the crazy?
Yes, yeah.
That's a comedy show.
Like the foresty thing that was happening.
Perfect description.
Okay.
So
The forest
you can find me, but
Were
if you
trees
find,
involved?
yeah, she's right.
Yeah, she's right.
The cinematography was good, so that's probably why that stood out. And I did the cinematography. But if you find me, then you got to deal with me. So just pick your poison there, people.
Be aware.
Yeah.
Warning label
Yeah.
included.
I love it.
So
And
guys,
Johnny?
you can go ahead and please make sure to subscribe to this video series that we're doing. Retouch This every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. We'll have on new guests. Like I said, if you guys want to like the video, comment, share, and then also you can check out Rose Isstar. She was one of our cover models for Bikini Girl magazine. And if you guys want to help support, go to bikinigirlmagazine.com and we'll run the credits and you can see more about that. And Rose, I'm so stoked that you joined us today, and really stoked for your success and everything like that. So
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you guys so much. This has been an absolute blast. Definitely a lot of fun. My
Very fun.
cheeks hurt, so I'm gonna go relax, chill out. I'm still on the back end of celebrating 420, so I'm gonna go take a bath.
very cool.
Copy that.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining us, and I'm going to roll the credits. Thanks for checking out this video, everyone. Did you know that for the price of a 6-pack of beer that you can get Bikini Girl magazine each month? That's right. You get the digital magazine downloadable to your phone or your desktop, as well as all the smoking hot, uncensored content from the shoots that I can't show on social media. Go to bikinigirlmagazine.com and sign up as a monthly patron, or you can purchase individual issues via MagForest platform. Your support helps me continue to do all of these sexy shoots for you. The social media censors absolutely hate all of this content of beautiful women, so help spread the word to all your friends. Please make sure to like, comment, or share this video with some friends and click that subscribe button. Also, go follow Bikini Girl Magazine on our second YouTube channel and across social media to keep up with the latest hot babes.